Hello, my name is Charles Vidro, and I am the president of the Humane Interface Design Enterprise, also known as HIDE. We are a student-run enterprise focused on the designing, development, and evaluation of real-world software solutions. This semester, we have 9 teams and over 50 students. The Little Brothers team focuses on helping the Little Brothers organization organize their medical transportation program. CCLCQ is creating a Canvas plugin for the College of Computing Learning Center to allow students to search for common questions and get answers. PillowTalk is building a multi-interface inflatable pillow with speech recognition, a website, and mobile application. ChemStore is creating a chemical inventory tracking website for chemicals distributed around the Michigan Tech campus. Health Resource Hub is helping UP residents find information about important community resources such as food, housing, transit, health, education, and more. GVSC Command Simulator RTS is creating a real-time strategy game with multiple VR user interfaces. Our maintenance team maintains 3 applications from previous semesters: the Husky Hunt project, Hide website, and Voting Booth project. GDLS is developing tools for web scraping, image labeling, and they are building data sets of military images. Our Human Factors team focuses on how people interact with our applications, including user testing, UX/UI design, and prototyping. For the remainder of our presentation, we'll focus on the GDLS, Little Brothers, PillowTalk, and Health Resource Hub projects.
Hi, I'm Ava, and I'm one of the co-team leads for the GDLS project. Sponsored by General Dynamics Land Systems, this project is based around developing tools for building datasets of military images. These datasets will then be used for training, validating, and testing convolutional neural networks for combat material classification. Convolutional neural networks, or CNNs, require large datasets to classify the objects with acceptable confidence. So the main issue at hand is how to design a process that is reliable, reusable, and optimizes the user's time to collect the data and verify their accuracy and credibility. Instead of manually scraping the web for media, we set up an application to automate this process. As shown here, one of the features is scraping images from Google Images. It also uses multi-threading to cut down on that time required to collect and download the data. We also set up the ability to download video media and then select certain frame ranges and areas of interest to parse through. For sorting and filtering the collected data, we've done extensive research about the characteristics of the vehicle and personnel types, and developed a manual image sorter to delete and move around misplaced images. Duplicate images are identified so we don't provide the CNN biased data. Finally, we created an application to detect certain objects in a frame, measure the confidence level, and label images with bounding boxes. This can provide the CNN with more detailed info when training. So far, we've created many applications for web scraping and labeling CNN training datasets. In addition, we've collected thousands of images for GDLS and object classes of particular interest and priority. We recently also had the chance to tour the GDLS Sterling Heights location and present our current research and findings. Moving forward, we'll continue to build and refine our dataset, automate the filtering and verification process, and begin CNN selection and testing.
The Little Brothers Friends of the Elderly Driver Scheduling application is a web application designed to streamline the medical transportation services that Little Brothers offers free of charge to elderly Houghton and Kuna County residents aged 60 and up. We can start out by running through a few different use cases of the application. So for starters, we'll log in as an admin user. As you can see, it's routed us to the calendar page. From here, you kind of have an overview of all the different appointments within the next month. You can also switch between months. You can view from a week level, and you can also click on a day to view any appointments on that day. In order to view the information for any appointment, you can simply click on it. It'll give you the title, date and time, the elder and driver involved. You can also go ahead and make any changes by clicking the edit button. In this case, we have a new appointment that we're going to create, and it's going to be for a dentist appointment. Select our elder and our driver, and this appointment is actually going to be on Monday the 11th. Click of address, and then notes. You can add the appointment. We'll note that it gives us a success message, meaning that the appointment was added. So we added that appointment for the 11th, so that'll be on this day. We can see the dentist appointment there. Go in and see, again, the data we entered. So we have the elder Arnie Stokes, and the driver Alana Hintz. Now, upon having logged in as that driver for the appointment we just created, we can see that we have a couple appointments on Monday the 11th. So if we click on this one, we can see who we are picking up. We can also see where we need to pick them up from and where we are bringing them. So we can use this information to actually go ahead and drive over to the patient's house, pick them up, and drop them off at their destination. So upon arriving on location, we pick up the client, and then we go ahead and we make an update. So we can click that we pick them up, and then click save, and then that'll send an update to the system, and the administrators can see that we actually picked this person up. Similarly, once we drop the patient off, we'll select that we drop them off, and we can also select when we are on our way as well.
Hi, my name is Mark Washington, and I'm going to be talking about my group's project for HIDE called PillowTalk. So here's the problem. We want some sort of system to tackle the issue of allowing quadriplegic patients to help themselves eliminate bed sores on their own. Our solution? A small device to mechanically inflate and deflate cushions under the user's arms and legs that can be controlled through a variety of interfaces, primarily through voice recognition. The first interface is speech recognition. Using an onboard microphone array, the system waits for a specific keyword to be said and then listens for the user's command. It then parses what it heard and controls the appropriate motors. The next interface is a web application. Using a web browser, the user can inflate and deflate cushions for a set amount of time, rename the cushions based on their purpose, for example an arm pillow or a leg pillow, or stop the machine. Next up, we have a mobile application with Bluetooth. This is similar to the web application, but it works as a native Android application. It connects directly to the Raspberry Pi via Bluetooth, and it bypasses the need for an internet connection. In the future, we'd like to get some user testing done, preferably on somebody who could actually use this device. We'd like to update the software as needed after this user testing, and then create a second, higher quality prototype.
Health Resource Hub is a website for UP residents to easily find resources available to them. Each resource is presented in the form of an article, and each article falls under one of the categories listed at the top. Users can search for an article using this search bar, or they can navigate to one of the category pages, look through the list of categories, and then they'll see a list of articles. One issue we had was working within the confines of Joomla, which is a program similar to WordPress, and it's the tool we use to build this site. Some customization was difficult, so we needed to get creative. For example, it took about 2 weeks to change the color of this footer. We'll be done with the project in a few weeks, but the way this website is built makes it easy for our project sponsors to maintain the site and make changes as needed. If we'd had more time, we would have liked to continue to refine the visual appearance of the site.